Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. Jumping in here for the Coach Me Joanna. I had a lot of questions on my last post on my flip, so I thought I would do a quick video to explain. Excuse me, got a little frog in my throat. But welcome to Bottom Line Wealth. I'm Joanna Wright, the founder, and I host the Retire Early Through Real Estate Investing group. And here to give you all the knowledge I have over the past years to help you guys either get started or get something more creative, different for you, or scale. So I have all those options that I help investors to do. And there's going to be so much coming down the pike for 2022. I've got some really, really intense trainings that I'm going to be doing for you guys. So I'm excited for 2022. So hopefully you guys are all set for Christmas. I mean, it's just right around the corner here. I am good to go, and I'm excited to have my holiday off for the rest of the year and be able to just relax, relax and call it a year and enjoy family time, my farm, the chickens. I raise chickens. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's my hobby, I guess. I don't know. I just love it. I live on a farm, 78 acres, so why not, right? We just got a new puppy, so that's kind of a Christmas present too. My husband and I do Christmas all year long, so we're always giving each other gifts and great things and lots of love. So now we just spread it out to, we use Christmas Day as like a time to reach out to people and say hello because we know that they're, either sitting in a living room full of people or they're like not talking to anybody or they're on the road, they're driving for a few hours. It's a great time to connect. And I wanted to say that because it's a great networking time too, right? So this is what I train my clients on is to always be networking. And the holidays are a great time to network, to reconnect with people, always be speaking something about real estate. And the more you do that, the more people will connect with you about, well, what are you doing, Sally? What are you doing, Bob? What are you doing? Like, because the curiosity will come together. And why that's so important is if you've ever been to my How to Find Motivated Sellers training, that's one of the number one things you want to do is networking. You'll find them in all kinds of different places. But for today on Coach Me Joanna, that's me. I was asked several questions. So this recent property I purchased was another no money down, no money out of pocket deal for me. And that's the main way I do real estate investing is creatively. And the reason I do it is because I understand money and how it works. And how money works is it needs to go out and go like have a job, right? If I took my money out of the bank, which is not making any money in there anyways, and then I put it in the real estate, it's sitting dormant and I'm banking on appreciation, which never do that. We never bank on appreciation, right? We deal with today's market prices only. That's why every day is a great day to invest in real estate because if the numbers make sense today, buy it. Don't base it off future value, which we see a lot in the commercial world. This is a pro forma of how it's going to be. No, I want it how it is. I want it for the price that it is, right? Excuse me. So in doing so, I do a ton of, just creative like sub two or seller financing, private money lenders. And those are relationships I've built over the years. It wasn't like I went to a meeting and someone said, "Oh, I'll lend for you." No, I had to build that relationship. That's why I train so much on networking to be able to make those connections. So many people ask me, "Well, how did you find your private money lenders?" Everywhere I go, I'm speaking real estate. right? And there's some sort of connection that I bring up a topic of, you know, how there's trillions of dollars just sitting there and people are really pissed at the market. They want better return from their stock market, better return from their retirement accounts. What are they going to do to retire? So those are great ways. And again, you can get my full training on how to find private money lenders and just building relationships, right? It's a whole separate course. But with that, I made the connection for my No Money Down, my last one. I'm going to just review that last one. And I mean, I can review several of them, but I'm just going to take this one because it's the most recent. And it's in Pennsylvania. The listed price was 60,000. And yes, 60,000. Those of you in California, that's where I'm from, where everything is 900,000 for a shack. So I get it. So this was a complete house for 60,000 by the lake. And you have a lake view. It's a little one, but it's a lake view. It's up on the hill. And I told the lady it was listed for sale by owner. I originally found it. I'm going to give you all the details I can. I'm looking up because I'm like remembering. I should have wrote it all out for you. So I went on Facebook Market. I'm always checking my market every single day. Like I get Zillow alerts. I get, you know, every single day I'm playing in my market, even for like 10, 15 minutes. I know what's going on. So when this one popped up, I saw it on Facebook Marketplace. And she had shared it as a Zillow listing in Marketplace. So I went straight to Zillow and started doing research. Like, wow, there's properties listed here for, you know, 95, 120, you know, like, why is this one 60,000? Let's look at it. Well, it seriously needed some work. Which is fine. I've done some of the most serious rehabs out there, taking you know, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a master suite, taking the kitchen from the back of the house to the front of the house, digging up slabs, redoing plumbing. I mean, I've done it all. So work is not a big deal on a house for me. I don't freak out when like someone might see something like, oh my God, the electrical, or oh my God, the roof. I don't panic, or even foundation. I've fixed foundations before. That was one in my Atlanta house. And then, so it doesn't matter what it is. There's a way to fix it. Someone's going to fix it. Why not me? But it needs to be the right price. It needs to be the right terms, right? So in this particular one, I saw it and she had it listed for 60,000, and I said, well, you know, I've done a couple of flips before, and I'm thinking, would you take 50, right? So, and those of you that know me, usually I speak last, but I knew she had a ton of people waiting to get in on this. So I had to change my tactics just a little bit. You usually don't offer a price. You usually say what's the lowest you can take. Okay. But I wanted to jump in quickly and get in contract quickly. And I knew I was not going to pay 50 grand for it, just so you know. So she's like, yeah, that'll work. And so I sent over a contract. We got in contract. And I said, I'm going to send my contractor over. So I sent him over, and I got a scope of work, and everything came out to 65,000. And those of you that have taken my trainings on analyzing a deal know that you have to start with the ARV and work yourself down to the max purchase price. And so I did. And the max purchase price was 42,000. 42,000. And so after we were in contract, escrows opened, and I got the scope of work back. I went back to her and I said, wow, according to the scope of I can only of work. Now, why did I say 38? Because there's going to be some negotiating, right? And she goes, oh, I can't do that. I said, okay, I'll send over the cancellation papers. And it wasn't even 3 hours later, she texted me and said, the best I can do is 43. Because you know they don't want to put it back on the market, right? So I took her, I waited a minute before I answered. And I know my max purchase price is 42. And so what's $1,000? I can make up $1,000 in a flip, right? Not a big deal. And there was a ton of recycling in the back that we took in. We actually made $3,000 off of that recycling. So I more than made up for it right out of the gate, even with paying for labor, right? So to have all that removed. So I said, okay, 43 works for me. Again, I didn't want to be too back and forth with her because there was a list of people wanting this property. So 43 was a great deal. So now you guys know my negotiating tactic on that one. Each one is different. I have to know what they need. I have to know the story, or I can't make these judgment calls, right? So the story on the property was she bought it as a tax lien, and she bought it for $23,000. It was a tax lien. Sight unseen. She didn't know anything. Well, there was a squatter in there, and because of COVID, she didn't have any rights to evict her. So she spent a whole year sitting on this property while this person squatted in there and made crank and drugs and did crazy things in there. So it was a total junkyard. You could tell they were making crack with the blades and the Sudafed and the batteries and the just all the junky stuff out there, the pipes, the little baggies. Squatters have all the party favors there. So it took her a while to get them out. And so she finally did. And that was part of our agreement, by the way, guys. Part of our agreement was she had to she signed the contract that says she'll remove, there was 3 vehicles on there, that she'll remove them prior to the end of escrow. Because I don't want that responsibility of that kind of personal property, because she had just got them out. So they were angry. And I'm like, well, I don't want them coming back going, hey, my car, So anyways, they were breaking in, they were doing stuff the whole time through escrow. And she finally got it removed. And as soon as we got a hold of it, we sealed the place up so they couldn't come in anymore. And these are the things that you do. I really want to give you guys that experience of how I closed on this property, right? So the financial matrix of it was listed at 60. I got it into contract at 50, and then we negotiated to 43. So the ARV, as it sits, is around 50 or 60, right? I would say more 50. It was worth 50 to purchase for that area. Down the street, there was a dated, needed work house that just sold for $95,000. I'm like, okay, similar square footage. When you analyze a deal, it's got to be similar square footage within 200 square feet. And then, excuse me. And then there was another one that sold for 120, a little bit further down the street, right? So there's no way I'm going to lose on this property. There's just no way I'm going to lose on this property. So with the ARV of 120, because I'm going to put in great stuff and a great deck so they can see the lake. That's the feature point for it, because every house has a feature point. The one I just closed on was prior to this one. The kitchen was the focal point. Like, we did the vaulted ceilings, so it had a drop down ceiling it just looked so crappy and dated from the 60s, and we took it and made it all modern and beautiful with recessed lights. It was just a wow factor. The appraiser was like, wow, and he gave us over my asking price. So the buyer on that one got a great deal. So I'm super excited for them. And this one, so 60, let me track back. Are you guys writing this down? So 60 was the list price. I got it in at 50, negotiated to 43. And how did I fund it? Right? That's what you guys are all waiting for is how did I fund this gosh darn thing? Um, could I have done it myself? Sure. Why would I do that? Again, back to the beginning. If I put my money in there, then it stops working. And I'm banking on appreciation, the value of the property going up. No, 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 no. So this is what investors do. They lend on each other's properties, right? And so I have a private money lender that lent on the property for 65,000. Okay, so and that's totally secured and insured by deed of trust. So it's insured for 100,000. So immediately the money's covered, right, for the private money lender. If anything happens to the property, she gets her money through insurance if it burns down, right? And then it's pretty much guaranteed by the market right now. So it's going to be a quick turnaround. And the market is going to give me well around 120. And the rents are about 1,000. So it's a win, 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 win for everybody. So the seller won, she got her money that she wanted. She wanted out of it. She was just done with it because of the squatters, right? She was just done with it. And so she won, she got her money. And I won, I got a great deal, right? And then the private money lender won because she's getting, so her money was sitting in the bank, which how much interest do you guys get on that? Maybe 0.001%, right? So it's just sitting there in the bank. So now her money's out working. The money's out working, earning money through interest coming back, right? So way better. So that's a huge win. Win for the community because we went there and cleaned everything up. It was like the community dump yard, and people were, the good people of the neighborhood were pissed that there were squatters there, and they couldn't keep the trash away, and so because there was nobody living there of integrity. So they win, the community wins, and people here needed a job, right? So we had workers in there immediately. So now they're earning a paycheck. So we're cleaning up the neighborhood, offering employment, and creating value. So how would you like to tell your neighbors, right, that I just gave you $20,000? They'll be like, holy crap. Right? So this is what I do. This is what fills my heart to do, to grab a hold of a dilapidated house and make it beautiful. Because not only is it a win-win for all the people I just listed, but the equity goes up for everybody that owns property in that neighborhood. At least 20,000, and right now with the way things are going, could be 50,000, right? By end of 2022. We don't know. I'm sure, but at least 20,000, right? With the way things are going right now. And even if the economy drops, I'm not afraid of that because all the money worked out for today's prices. Today's prices. I'm going to be cash flowing about $650 a month after debt service, property management, and everything. So if the numbers work, go buy it. Go buy it. Learn how to do creative real estate investing like I do, like I teach my clients to do, and your portfolio will build, right? And this is how you retire early through real estate investing. I've so enjoyed being with you guys this past year and doing all the different trainings and being able to provide support and education and help you guys to understand how to do different things. And there's so much to come in 2022. So I'm excited for you guys to learn even more and catch my trainings every week so that you can learn as you go. If you want to go faster, type faster in the comments so that you can work with my team, join the mastermind, and go faster. My students are averaging about 90 days to their first close. Now I've had them do it in about 6 weeks, and as early as 6 weeks and as late as a year. So like there's no like guarantees when you're going to do it because I can't guarantee what you're going to do to get up out of bed every morning. But I can give you the structure, I can give you the map, I can give you, you know, the steps to take so that you can be successful. It's up to you to take those steps. Okay? So with that, I leave you. Merry Christmas. Mwah. Love to all of you guys, all of your families, and remember to network. Network, that's your homework while we're gone. All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next training. Bye.